Under-19 team will have had to have done his homework ahead of this one, as well as will Jacek Nawrocki, a very familiar face on the bench for the Polish Under-19 team. So both teams coming into this match with pretty established starting lineups. Don't expect to see too many changes. Both teams have good strength on the bench as well, and they'll be looking to go there should they need to. So through the middle for Spain, it's going to be Izuna Kennedy Okafor along with Jose Joaquin Canadas. Rafael Tugores is out through the wing along with Mario Garcia, and their top scorer Cesar Erash is in that right side position. 176 points for the number 16 player, and their setter is captain Ernesto Tomas Gomez, 18 years of age, out of the club Vigo Volleyball. So that's the lineup for Spain, pretty much as we've seen through the whole of this tournament, along with Samuel Barasa in that libero position. They have proved to be a very good unit. For Poland, well, their wing spikers, captain Oskar Trawka, number 16, along with Jakub Szyszorowski in the opposite slot. Their top scorer, 151 points so far for number 5, Maximilian Wisson. And then Maciek Drog is going to be their setter. And through the middle, Olgierd Skora and Timoteus Wenik. Both of those players are going to need to be big against this Spanish middle unit. At the libero, the lively Marcel Steyer. So there's the Polish lineup, no surprises there, but as I said, they've got good strength in depth. They employ a very nice double substitution when they need to, with setter and opposite. And Fredinson Mosquera is going to have to be at his best today to keep this Spanish team on track. They are the form side, they are the marginal favourites coming into this one. But Jacek Nawrocki will have done his homework in terms of preparing his Polish side for this game. It's a cracking semi-final to get our coverage underway from the final 4 here at the F5VB Boys Under-19 World Championships. And we are just about good to go with semi-final number 1. Away we go. A place in the gold medal final up for grabs at these Under-19 Boys World Championships here in Tashkent in Uzbekistan. They've been fabulous hosts here during the week, and the volleyball is the reward, because we have seen some quite tremendous play from the future stars of this sport. Poland then, in their white and red, start with the first point on the board against a team that beat them in Pool C earlier in this tournament. Spain, the marginal favourites coming into this one, but they are struggling to get past that block early doors. Jakub Szyszorowski with the finish. Number 4 shirt, 18-year-old, 1m94 tall wing spiker who plays at the moment with the brilliant Jastrzębski Węgiel club. A number of players out on the floor in this match already making their debuts at senior level in the top pro leagues in their country. That's what has made this tournament so exciting. So first point on the board for Spain. The mop of blonde hair indicates Jose Joaquin Canadas with the serve, the middleman. Good left-handed swing from the tall opposite, Wisson. Two opposites going to be influential in this game. Maximilian Wisson, Poland, 151 points for him, 4 aces to his name as well. Up against Cesar Erash, 176 points, 11 aces Erash. But Poland, very strong servers. Spain will need to counter. Brilliant, fabulous defense from Poland. And Spain can't return the favour. Superstar from the Eagles. And a bit of clever stuff from the captain, Oskar Trawka. One of several Spala players in this lineup. Nice work. You'll see a lot of that from the Spanish setter Gomez today. Runs a high-tempo offence, particularly with that little pop ball over the top of the middles. And if Okafor can just keep those Polish blockers interested, he should create plenty of space for his wing spikers. Great pass. Oh, it's good height through the middle. That's a tremendous swing from Winnick. Well, early indications are that Maciek Drog, the Polish setter, is going to try and open that middle where he can. A number of changes will be made by coach Nawrocki to their approach to this game from the pool play loss. Spain have to counter that. And so far, not happening, and the Polish blockers claiming their innocence here in this one. So coach Jacek Nawrocki is going to go to the video. 2 video requests per set. You can challenge twice. If you're successful with the challenge, you keep that. And it's confirmed the challenge for the block touch. Poland saying they did not touch it. Tallest player out on court for Spain, 2 meters and 3 tall Canadas in the middle. Can't miss it, and he's got the shock of bleach blonde hair. On the other side of the net, at the moment, we're on the tallest player on court for Poland, but they've got a very tall backup setter. Bukovic comes on, he's at 204. He's only 16, but when he comes in, he can make a big impact. And Olesniczak is the opposite substitute that comes on in the double. And here's the evidence. Did it touch Skóre in the block? It's tricky when it goes past the arm. It's easier when it goes past the fingers because you can see a finger wobble. But when it goes past the forearms, there's not a huge amount of clues there if it's only a brushing contact. But the evidence conclusive enough. There was no touch. Poland win their challenge. And away we go again. Ball's in play. Well, as Poland are playing middles, Spain will try and do the same. Okafor and Canadas will be key attackers in this match. Okafor adds to his tally. That's his 49th point of the tournament. Chiguares with the serve. Oh, that's clever. A lot of setters do that and really do fool the blockers, but Okafor kept his eye on the ball. See ball, block ball, well played. Spanish substitutes keeping up a really good noise there in the background, adding to the atmosphere. Good touch, but not quite brought back into play by Cesar Irash, who at 194 is one of the smaller opposites in this tournament, but he has been an absolute machine out on the right side for Spain. The other right side blocker in this rotation, only 181, Ernesto Gomez, the setter and captain. Poland will be looking to exploit that area. Calm defence and good organisation on the block. Free ball for Spain. Gosh, that is high. Zuna Kennedy Okafor is flying. Started life as a volleyball player at VC Soler, but has now progressed to CWL Palencia 2022. Still got a pretty handy league in Spain. Nice, very smooth. It's going to be a good contest, good head-to-head between the two opposites today. Brisson RKS Rushov player. Yeah, that's good. Spain struggling to contain the Polish serves at the moment. It's giving Poland opportunities. That's great ball control, and that is some hit. That is massive from Olgierd Skora. Another one of the Spawa players in this lineup. Watch him plant this in the floor. This stayed hit. Early timeout then for Fredinson Mosquera. Always tough when you've beaten a team earlier in the tournament. If it doesn't start well, tricky for coaches to keep these young players' heads in the game. It's a lot of work to be done by the Spanish coach. Hence the timeout. A little more philosophical from a very experienced coach on the Polish side of the net, Jacek Nawrocki. Currently with the Spawa club, but done a lot of youth work over the years and also at senior level. He's coached with Skra and Kemek Police. Both coaches, decent players back in the day as well. Mosquera for Colombia. I think he was an opposite. Spain are not putting it together at the moment, and this is all rather too easy for Poland. It's been a while since Spain have really had a senior men's team right up there in the top echelons of volleyball. Had a very good team back at the start of the 2000s, hosted the World League in Madrid. I was fortunate enough to be there, actually, to watch that one. And Brazil were triumphant. They had a fine group of players coming through the system there, but this is a really talented squad. From Poland's point of view, well, I guess all of you out there that love your volleyball know the story. Poland is right up there as one of the leading nations. Players and supporters. This is very good start from the Polish side. Well, not hit ferociously hard by Canadas, but good enough. Spain with just the one loss to Italy, lost that in 4 sets, but good wins over Iran, Egypt, Poland, Tunisia and Argentina. Oh, that's good. That's a really clever piece of work coming in off the wing, Cesar Irash, to get to that ball. Couple of little positives here for Spain. Rather too easy. Szyszorowski kills it without much opposition there, the number 4. Yeah, middle blocker just delayed. Canadas tries to get his own back, but it's dealt with by Poland. And they get themselves a free ball. He's tricky to stop. It's got quite an unusual, quite awkward action, Maximilian Wisson, as he comes in. Quite steep. And like all lefties, he can access some really difficult parts of the court to defend. But add in the height, 2 meters, add in the jump. He's a tough customer to deal with. Spain's tough customer, Irash, gets blocked. Would go again, but not the best set. He's done really well with that. Somehow, Irash works it off the hands and away. Well, on the evidence so far, no signs of fatigue for Poland. They've played 10 sets in 3 days across their round of 16 and quarter-final matches. They were hard games. But they look very, very calm and really strong at the moment. There's one of those big serves I was talking about in the Polish lineup. Krzyżanowski hits it hard from the baseline. Hits it deep, and he's pretty accurate with it as well, so pings the baseline a lot. Goes off pace, nearly catches the receiver out. Irash forces it through, two left-handers in those right side positions. Irash knows he's got a massive role to play for his team today. Lovely set. It will be Irash to serve. That's a great swing. What a set from his knees. That's unbelievable from Maciek Drug. It's incredible presence of mind to produce that skill. Lovely swing as well. Few nervous faces on the Spanish side of the net. The Spanish team in red under pressure here, under a lot of pressure. Wenik to serve. Not the best pass. And again, hitters isolated. You've got to go for the fingertips. And it doesn't happen. Double substitution for Spain, I think, to try and change the picture down there. But Diego Kunda's first go at the ball is out. Double sub is Jesus Rios, the setter. Just flipping that rotation. Fredinson Mosquera, the coach, to try and give Spain height for a full 6 rotations in that front line. Poland look untroubled for the moment. Although that man, Nawrocki, their coach, experienced enough to understand that things can change quite dramatically and quite quickly. When you're talking about youth volleyball, you can tend to get some fluctuations in performance. That lack of consistency is not unusual. He'll be expecting a game at some point. Well dispatched, second go at the ball, Kunda puts it away. Only his 14th point of the tournament, Diego Kunda, has been used sparingly. Tagores then, one of the two wing spikers, passed easily. Well, Spain saying no touch. When the ball is that close to the tape, generally speaking, the refs will call this as a touch. But that looks to me like it's hit the net tape. Good few centimetres away from the arms of Mario Garcia. Not surprised to see Spain challenge. And I won't be surprised if this is their point. That familiar hand signal that we see from players and coaches, just trying to suggest a relaxation, a relaxed approach to what is to come. Chill out, start to play. It's kind of a catch-all gesture. Here we go, this should hit the tape. Quite a long way from the hands, or the arms anyway. Good look at the height as well. He's taking that off the top of the antenna, is Wisson. And there we go. Well, that's a metre away from the arms. Good challenge from Spain. And 17-12 is a lot better than 18-11, but not much. Still a 5-point advantage for Poland in this opening set. Too easy. Middles are looking so smooth. Skora and Wenik being supplied very nicely by Drug, the setter. Oh, that's a great ball. Good coverage into that cross court by the libero Stair. And the hiss out is another freebie. Mario Garcia, this time the man who's put it wide. Well, it's a dream start, this, for Poland, but it's not a start that reflects how the game could get. Poland will take what's on offer, like this free ball. Good defense, handball-style goalkeeping there from Barasa, the libero. It's just so easy. When the ball is on Drug's head, the height in particular that Skóra is getting off the floor is making it virtually impossible for even the high-jumping Okafor to get to him. It's a quality first set from Poland. Spain looking a little rattled down there. Off the fingertips. And now Spain's talisman, Irash, getting one wrong. Well, you may have heard the commentators on VBTV saying this a few times. You certainly hear the players saying it, but when you beat a team so easily in the opening set, it's very difficult to do it again. And Poland are going to romp home in this opener. Spain all at sea. Okafor doing something similar to the Polish middles with a good rangy high contact hit. Too little too late, I suspect, in set one. Okafor serves, not a great pass. That's one area of concern in this opening set. Wilson into that angle has made a few errors now. The opposite for Poland. What Spain want is some momentum to take into set two. There we go, gets it right this time. Double substitution. So setter comes in for opposite. Number 15, Push Bukovic, is on. He'll play out of the back line. And then the other opposite, Olenicak, has come on for the setter Drug. That double substitution employed a lot at the top level. Just trying to keep the pressure on Spain here and also give a couple of players a bit of time. That's not bad, is it? Well, if they're going to have to go to Wojciech Olenicak at any time in the match and he can hit like this, it won't be a problem. Nice set as well by the new setter on court. More changes. Blocking high. In comes Sharanovsky. Bartosz Sharanovsky comes in as a taller player than number 4, Shusharovsky. Plenty of set points, 9 of them in total. Spain saved the first one, but I suspect they won't be able to save too many more. De Zutter is the new middle on court for Spain. He gets the kill. Garcia to serve. Shank pass. Well, that's brilliant. It wasn't as clinical as they would have liked, Poland, but it was still impressive, and that's why This team is so dangerous. The height, the organisation, and if you can't break that pass down, Poland will do what they have just done to Spain in that first set. They lead by a 7-0 in this semi-final. Well, that is a little against the run of play. Spain coming into this one as marginal favourites because of that pool play win over their Polish rivals. But Poland have learnt their lesson, done their homework, and put a very technically proficient performance together, even given some errors from some of the key players. Blocking strong, serving strong for Poland. I think they would like it to be just a little stronger if they're going to keep Spain at bay. Expect to see Spain get into some rhythm in set number 2. Let's enjoy the highlights from set number 1 though. Little update on the scoring charts for you. We'll keep you in touch with that as the match goes on. And we've got a lot of players who've scored 4 points. Okafor and Irash for Spain. Then Wernick, Travka, Skora and Wisson for Poland. First referee Jason Dodd of Canada asking Spain to return to the court. They were a little tardy there. I think they want as much time as they can get just to recover from that big start that Poland have just made. Away we go then with set number 2, and the error from Spain is greeted by a few players just chatting away to each other there. They are not a team that is happy at the moment, Spain in the red, and the reason for that is the pressure that Poland have put on them in this semi-final. And it's not got any better. Irash missing. He's looked to his coach there to ask for a possible video check, but reluctantly Ferdinand Mosquera decides to oblige. I'm not sure he's convinced that this is in. Not as convinced as young Irash anyway. There we go, pretty conclusive, even with the compression that's out. Doesn't hit it tremendously hard, Cesar Irash. He hits with control, so he doesn't get a lot of squash on the ball. Gets another go, defended well by Poland, but not quite able to keep it their side of the net. And Spain scramble a point. impressive. The opposite was on their top scorer. Poland reliant on him in a lot of situations, and you'll notice Maciej Drog, the setter, will go to him on a regular basis, but he used the middles well in the opening set as well, did the playmaker. And it's right side v right side at the moment. Irash wins that one. Horribly wide serve. Doesn't help Spain's cause, and the Spanish players just wandering around the court at the moment, looking a little lost, to be honest. It's a horrible feeling when a game is not going your way and you seem powerless to change the momentum. Nice kill from Rafael Tugores. One of many Palencia players in this lineup for Spain. Tugores to serve. You've just got to get more pressure on it than that, and Spain will not be able to survive in this match if they allow the ball to go this easily to Drog, because he's got all his options. Conversely, the pass to the Spanish setter, he's not allowing him much to work with. Gomez having to chase the ball around court at the moment. Well, they're going to challenge here. Irash thinks this hit the antenna. Or he thinks it was kept off the floor. It was a long way from the antenna, so it must be that he feels Okafor defended this. Yeah, floor touch it is. I do like it when the announcers at the venue are able to help us up. We can't always see exactly, or hear for that matter, exactly what the coach requests. And they do have to be specific with the request. You can't just say to the referee, please look at the video and see if you can find anything to help us. Steyer, the libero for Poland, he's a bundle of energy, can't keep himself still. Well, any delays here for Spain will be, I'm sure, helpful. Did it hit the floor? Yes. Yes, it did. Irash, I'm afraid, who had a good view of that, is wrong, so they lose the challenge. Spain, that is. And with it, they lose the point. Poland getting off to another strong start. It's good defense. Spain get another go at this. And they're making it count pretty well. Both Garcia and Tugores are using this ball well off the Polish block. Great work from Spain, but they don't manage to manufacture an attack. Poland do, and make them pay. Yeah, right through the uprights by Wisson. Huge. That's a big hit. But still, Spain can't win the point off it. That was a magic hit from Irash, but Poland's defense And in particular, the libero Steyer is getting himself in some great positions. Very brave defence. And Spain find themselves under pressure for the second set in a row. They just can't seem to get playing in this match. Coach Mosquera is staying calm on the Spanish side of things, but may decide to give his team a rocket soon because they have just not come to the party yet. Poland are all over this. Another poor pass. And another blocking chance. As soon as that hit is isolated, the blockers are so well organised. Tugores has to do better than that. Well, as far as Russon is concerned, he's managed to pick up a piece of the Spanish block here, so we're going to go to the challenge. There we go, bit of standard mission impossible. Tends to accompany a lot of the challenges. There we go, and there's the rattle of the fingers, confirming that Garcia touched that.
Successful video challenge by Poland.
Good challenge, good spot. Boson in particular. Quite the follow-up Poland were looking for, but a 5-point lead after such a convincing first set performance. Very good, but the pressure now on this Polish group to motivate themselves, to keep in this match, keep their heads on the prize. That'll do. That's very thoughtful attacking. Krzyżanowski high, aggressive, and takes Irash out of the equation with a good tip. It's so tough as a middle. You make the block, your head's down, you're pressing your ears into the shoulder blades, and the ball pings off your hands, and it's not always easy to find it again.
Substitution by Spain. Number 9, in, number 4, out.
Tugores out. In comes Gerard Rejon. So a new attacker left side for Spain. Hoping Rejon can make the difference. Well, that'll do. All set up with some good defence from Captain Gomez. He's got a key role to play now, the Spanish captain. He's the man who's got to keep this side moving forwards, and it doesn't, as they found out against Bulgaria, it doesn't matter if you start playing late in the game as long as you start playing. Yeah, Coach Nawrocki thinks he's spotted a net touch here, I believe. So he's having a bit of a punt on a challenge. I'm just explaining exactly what the challenge is for. This may take some time to find the right bit of footage here. While we're doing that, let's bring you up to date with the results for Poland. 3-2 victory over Italy. 2-3 loss and a 1-3 loss to Iran and Spain in Pool C. Then they bounced back with 3-0 victories over Tunisia and Egypt. But they have had a right old time of it in the next few rounds. The knockout phase, 3-2 versus Pakistan, that was brutal. And 3-2 versus Korea, equally tough. On the other side of the net, Iran were the victims of Spain in game 1, 3-2. There we go. Here's the review for the net touch. He's a long way from the net there, but yeah, I think Coach Navroki is making his point that that's not the piece of footage he wants to see. Told you it might take a while. Anyway, Spain beat Iran, beat Egypt 3-1, beat Poland 3-1, then lost 1-3 to Italy. Italy are out, got beaten by France in the quarterfinals yesterday. Then beat Tunisia 3-0. Very impressive 3-0 win over Argentina in the round of 16. And then a characterful scrap of a match against Bulgaria, which they took in 5 sets. That quarter-final victory, propelling them into the last 4 against the team they've already beaten, but you wouldn't know it from Poland's performance in this. Poland looked really strong. Now, have they found the right bit? It's not as easy as you think that when you're the video technician, dialing back through the footage. Yes, technology makes it easier, but you still have to find the right frames to coincide with the challenge that the coach is making. And I'll repeat myself, any break for Spain, any delay to the match for Spain is a positive, because they can reset and they can go again, especially if Poland lose this challenge after all this time. Here we go, here we go. We are at the right point now. So was there a touch on the net by the Spanish blocker? Can't be a net touch if the ball pushes the net tape into your arms. It can only be if you press down on the net, and it is a fault. I have some sympathies with Coach Navroki, but referees have applied the law there. Captain Travka has been invited to discuss with the referee what's about to happen. It's a yellow card for a bit of back chat from the bench, which Jason Dodd of Canada is not going to tolerate. No sanction, just a recording on the score sheet. But any future infraction will produce some kind of sanction if they have to go to a higher level of card. There we go. Well, that was a lot of stuff about nothing. Spain have the point. Oh, dear me. Oh, dear. Well, it turns out the delay didn't help Spain at all. That was a ball that needed to go in. Good availability from the Polish players, but good power from the player who's just been brought on, and Gerard Rejon from the volley club Tarragona, determined to make an early impression. This is an impressive hit. Spanish bench still trying to push their team on here. 4-point deficit now. And Poland are making points. They're making side outs with real ease. Again, the impressive Szyszorowski with the kill. And then the ace from the same man. Drog, the setter, deciding it's time for the double flex after this ace from Shishirovsky. Lovely off-pacer. What a set. Well, that is a delicious piece of volleyball. And Esto Gomez, the Spanish captain, has looked impressive in this match, as has Maciek Drog, the playmaker on the other side. Fabulous hands. Spain's serving is off the boil. Really tough when the scoreboard's against you. It's really tough to swing easy from the baseline. Good reuse. And very good from Irash. He's putting a bit of power into these shots now. I think he's fired up. Good work. Rejon just waiting for that gap to appear and using it well. First extended rally for a while. At last, Spain get a ball into court from the service line and defend it well. That's really good. Rejon with a magnificent pick-up. Garcia, the other left side player, with the kill. And for the first time in a very, very long time, Spain have managed to win a transition point. Well played. So impressive from Russon. Not so on the follow-up serve, so score is kind of stagnated at the moment. Back and forth on side out, which suits Spain. Can they find more points on their serve? Okafor next. Can't make the defence. A lot of players, or a lot of teams, play their middle at 6 now in defence. Okafor not quite able to get to the ball. Missed it. Oh, it's going from bad to worse here for Spain. Visiteur, who came on in the first set towards the end for Canadas, makes the error. Spanish timeout. Shishirovsky and Russon on 8 points apiece. They lead the scoring charts with captain Travka, Polish captain that is, on 6. Irash is on 6. He's not really taking it to Poland like he has done in other matches. And then Skora and Lenik 5 and 4. So the scoring charts at the moment pretty much dominated by the Polish team. It will be captain Travka to serve. Travka makes the dig. No, not so good. Out of system high ball. Risson doesn't look as comfortable, the left-hander in the number 5 shirt, especially out of that back line. pass. Good defence, great work by Barassa, the libero for Spain. And a good reuse ball here for Poland. Yeah, they've done very well. What a pickup. Very nice from the captain. Oh, yes. And Spain with a battling point. They work really hard for that. And it's full marks to Gomez, the skipper.
Video challenge by Poland for full touch.
And of course, coach Jacek Nawrocki, who's got everything pretty much right so far on the challenges, wants to take a look at this one. He thinks that this probably hit the floor before Gomez got his hand under it for the pancake. Well, the initial still looks positive. He's got a chance here. Oh no, it's just clipped the floor before his fingers have got down there, and that is another very good spot from coach Nawrocki, and it's taken a huge amount of pressure away from his team just as Spain won a couple of points on rallies. Pressure on side out, tips back to the team in red. It's good, really good from Irash, playing out on that one rotation where he hits left side. First time we haven't seen the middle connect with Drog, the setter. And he decides to get the job done himself next time around as Maciek Drog. Drog serves. And makes a good defensive touch. He was a bit annoyed with himself there, but that was a brave dig. Good recycle from Ster. Spain struggling to put it away here. Oh, and again. It's a superb piece of work. Now then, fourth time of asking. And this time, Irash gets it done. Well, with every long rally that you win, your confidence builds. Spain will get a bit of belief out of that one. That comes Desuter. He's been replaced for serving duties. Back in comes Diogo Kunda. Now that nullifies Spain's double substitution in this second set. Running repairs to Steyer, the libero. Just looks like he needs a bit of tape on the fingers or the wrist. And you can see quite clearly one of the assistant coaches for Poland just pointing to his head. He's trying to remind his team that they've got to keep their heads in this game. They've got to stay focused, keep concentrating. Honestly, the power with which these players hit the ball, if you get one at the wrong angle on your hand, it jars your wrist and it hurts. It really does. Sure that it would take more than that to get Steyer off court. And there we go, all done. Back he comes. He's played well so far as the Polish libero. Still a healthy lead for Poland. It's unreal, isn't it? Spain are just completely unable yet to find any rhythm in this match, and the substitute had to wait for so long, Kunda, before he served that ball. And his sole job was to serve a couple of aces, couldn't make it happen. Shisharovsky then puts it in play with power, trouble for Spain. Rejon, good hit out of system. Even better in the front court from number 16, captain Oskar Travka for Poland. This is how you earn your money in the pro game, putting that sort of ball away. And it's getting a little bit tasty down there. Captaincy from Oskar Travka, having to explain everything, and it looks like there's some substitution issue. This is messy. Wow, so maybe Steyer was on court when he shouldn't have been. Being sent away for more repairs. Poland still have the point. Again, can't emphasize enough how important it is to read the room, to understand when those serves must go in. Shisharovsky didn't. Erash will serve. Can he put his team back in the frame? It's solid volleyball, really solid volleyball from Poland. Maciej Drog is doing a very nice job. When he's being dragged away to the 3-meter line, he's creating good tempo for his attackers. Lenik to serve, middle blocker for Poland. Both he and Skora have had a good game. Just got a bit better as well for Skora. Roof block for him, takes Poland to an unassailable lead again. Set 2 now, 8 set points to make it 2-0 against Spain. Spain just aren't at the races. They just have not got started in this semi-final. Oh, the ace wins it. 25-16, and at the moment Poland are completely dominant in this first semi-final. They are a set away from the gold medal final tomorrow. Well, it's an ace, but it's complete confusion. Rejon and Garcia getting in each other's way. 25-16, 25-16. I'll be absolutely honest, I did not have that scoreline on my scorecard. Spain have played so much better than we're seeing today in this tournament, and Poland are being given an easy ride so far. Not enough blocks, no aces, and too many errors for Spain. All of which is just not allowing them to play. That negative scoreboard is really affecting them. They've got to get rid of that anxiety in set 3. Otherwise, this game's going to be over rather quickly. Let's see the highlights from set 2. quite unusually for matches at this level. Nobody into double figures just yet. Shusharovsky and Wilson are on 9 apiece. Jurash, the best of the Spanish scorers, on 8. Then Travka and Skora 7, 6, and Lernik 5 for Poland. Spain's left side not really able to contribute at the moment. That's putting a tremendous amount of pressure on Jurash. Out on the right side, and the pass is not good enough to be able to release the middles on a regular basis. Poland are playing at the moment just about the perfect game. Canadas comes back in for De Zutter. Spain go back to their original lineup. Rejon also returns to the bench. Tagores and Garcia are going to play left side. So is this the last throw of the dice from coach Ferdinand Mosquera for his Spanish team? Cards are coming out again. I think that's because Spain were late back onto the court once more. It's all Poland so far. The team in the red and white are a set away from the gold medal final here in Tashkent in Uzbekistan at the under-19 Boys F5 World Championships, and they've been good for their 2-set lead. 25-16, 25-16. They are a team that has fired up, and Spain have had no luck at all in knocking them off their rhythm, despite the very best attempts from players and coaches. Certainly not playing like a team who's had 2 massive 5-set games in the knockout rounds, Poland. They look fresh and strong. That was very good. Monster block from Garcia. Mario Garcia in the number 15 shirt, getting really high here against Wilson. Gosh, he just finds some amazing angles. Out of the back line, he's not as comfortable into that diagonal, but in the front court, his height, Wilson's height, is so good. Excellent, really excellent from Spain. And the first 2 side-outs are impressive. Jurash forced to pass, but does it well. Just keeps on muddling it through the block. Maximilian Wilson into double figures. First man to get there in this game. In fact, I've done Shushakovsky a disservice there. He was the first man to get to 10. Little fortunate for Spain. And out. Oscar Travka, the captain. He's managed to get himself a touch. Are Spain going to challenge? No is the answer. That's a very good spot from referee Jason Dodd. Out of system, Spain again. Jurash gets them a reuse, but a collision gives the ball away. This is, again, all too easy for Poland, and they remain on the front foot despite Spain's best efforts in set number 3. I know a lot of you out there in VB TV land play and you will certainly have played in matches where you've just not been able to get the game going. It's a really tough thing, team sport, when you don't have that rhythm. And this is the first time in the entire tournament that Spain have found themselves in this position, without form, without momentum, without rhythm. And an ugly scoreboard against them. But this is how you learn. This is the experience factors within sport that allow you to protect against it happening again. And the belief that there's still something for Spain in this match, I'm afraid, is disappearing with some towering volleyball from Poland. This is a monster block. Timotius Lenik with the serve. Well, Irash has been the one shining light for Spain. That's 10 points for him now. Wisson 13, Shusharovsky 10, Irash 10 as well. Canadas back on court in the middle. Spain's tallest player. Good leap from Irash. And a very tidy swing down the line. That's two very good points from the Spanish right side. It's not easy to make it happen. But Spain know if they can get into Poland here, Poland will be feeling they've got one foot in the final. And if you can get into the psyche of a team that believe they were going to win this in 3, you have a chance, but it's a long shot, really is. Drog continues to set beautifully. Ace off the Garcia passing error. Really frustrating, not a pressure serve from Wisson. That was, and it's a second ace. This time he hits Tagores, and it takes Poland to 9-4 in set 3. Tagores leaves the court. Rejon replaces him once again. Poland have to be careful here, and in particular Jacek Nowrocki, the coach, has got to keep on top of this. Doesn't want to let his players get over-revved. Just needs to keep them in that zone, focused on the task, playing clinical volleyball. The celebrations just need to be curtailed a bit here. Poland mustn't get ahead of themselves. It's tough, it's really tough coaching at this level. It's brilliant, it's fun, it's a joy, but there are some challenges. One of which is trying to tell your players not to go over the top, not to get too excited before the job is done. Just a few Polish players getting over-revved down there. Spare a thought for the Spanish players that they will still be able to compete for a medal. Bronze medal final is on VBTV before the gold medal match up tomorrow. Hope you'll be able to join us for that. It's been so exciting to watch these future stars in action. But ain't over until that final point, and Spain have to cling on to that if they want to make this a contest. Well, Irash remains Spain's only real scorer in this match. He serves. And serves an ace. Well, it's tough to win it on your own, but Irash is certainly giving this a go. Right down that seam between the passes. Too good. He's got quite an unusual action. I know left-handed hitters are sometimes a little awkward to watch, especially as a right-hander. It's not easy, but there's not a huge amount of right-side body action. It's all left. Wisson's gone to 18 points now, Polish right side. Irash has gone to 13. He continues to impress. Just got to add 5 or 6 seasons to these players who, if they remain injury-free, you just know they're going to be in the pro ranks and impressive. First time he's gone to the middle in a long time, Maciek Drog. Wasn't his best set. Scott has done well to hit this right under his armpit. Good hit. And defence from Skoda as well. Son in off the wing, just strokes it past the block. Well, from about midway through the first set, it's felt like a procession for Poland to the final. Nothing's changed. Good serve, little off-pace clip serve. Out. No, he's got a touch. Shishirovsky's been given the point. Spain are not going to argue it, but they are going to make a double substitution. So in comes number 14 opposite Diego Kunde. He comes in for captain and setter Gomez, and we got a new setter on court, Jesus Rios, who comes in for the player they just can't afford to have off court, but Irash is going to do some time on the bench. Kunde roofed. That's gone right down his socks. Poland are running riot here. This is a really impressive performance from them.
Video challenge by Spain for ball in or out.
Well, this is a coaching tactic from Fredinson Mosquera, just giving himself another opportunity to talk to the players, and bearing in mind some of these challenges have taken a while to find the right piece of footage, to find the frames that the referees need. This could once again provide Spain with a bit of downtime. This is always going to be in. I mean, really, really in. So that's what the challenge was not about. The challenge was about just stopping the game again for a little while. Skora's on a good service run. Well, spoke too soon. Challenge did its job. I've tried to stay positive on Spain's behalf, but it's difficult to see how they get themselves out of trouble here. Diego Cunda puts the ball away. The double substitution will be reversed and Arash will come back to the court. Following this serve from Cunda, Spain will play this next point without a setter by the looks of it. Following this serve from Cunda, then they'll get their captain Gomez back. He's giving it everything on that. Oh, well played, Spain. And even after all of that effort and endeavour, they are still 7 down. Can Cunda lash another serve? He can. Steyer is up to it, and Wisson once again does what he's been doing all game. He's into the 20s now. Here's the number 5 for Poland. More importantly, Poland are just 7 points away from the gold medal final here in Tashkent in Uzbekistan. What a serve. Good hit from Irash, but Steyer's been everywhere. Oh, didn't quite work this time for the captain, Travka. What a block. Canadas with a brilliant read. Towering stop from Spain's tallest middle blocker. Jacek Nawrocki hoping this moment would not arrive, but it does look like his team have lost just a little bit of momentum. And it's good coaching. Just to get your players off, get your players' heads back in the game. And sometimes just to show them the scoreboard. Take a look at the scoreboard, guys. If you've been offered 6 points as a lead at any stage in this semi-final, you'd have grabbed it. Good serve. Oh, it's good work from Poland. Clever from Drug, but can't quite find his mark. Oh, Wisson has been given the point. And Mosquera just asking his players who touched it. There's no point in going to the review at this stage. And Canadas fesses up. 19-12. It's looking very good for Poland. Not so good for Spain. Irash moves to 14, without doubt Spain's best player today. The job is very, very nearly done. Poland just have to continue to focus on the job in hand, the scoring points on side out, and that'll do it. Great volleyball. Lovely set from Gomez. Spain left with no option other than to go for it. Risk and hoping for the reward, but nothing yet coming their way as Poland continue to walk towards this final. They've not been tested at all by Spain. Well, Okafor with a block. Spain will take anything they can get right now. Monster block will do it. And again, great work this by Spain. Not so good from Poland, and Maciek Drog may get a warning there from the referee for that reaction. Second timeout for Jacek Nawrocki. Being super cautious here. Here's the Polish coach. So no more timeouts available to Poland. Just challenges and substitutions if they want to take any sting out of a run from Spain. That was a massively important serve, and it's been put straight into the net. 3 points away from the World Championship Under-19 gold medal final for Poland. Rejon is out. Back in comes the man he replaced, Tugores. Diving touch, not able to be recycled. That was gymnastic stuff from Maciek Drog. He's had a good game, Polish setter. He's looked really smooth. Okafor then to serve. Poland just have to focus on this part of the game. Side outs will win it. Good dig. Spain fighting hard. And winning the point through Irash. 16 for him now in the match. Well, I can't emphasise the damage that you can do to a team who thinks they've already won the game if you can just get close. But that man is not going to let Spain get close. He has been quite brilliant in this match, Maximilian Wilson. Point blocker. Szyszorowski comes out. He's been good today. Very strong, very in control. And Bartosz Szyszorowski comes in for his height. Can't get to that one though from Irash, who is turning it on towards the back end of this set for Spain. Captain Gomez, really feel for him. His team have played so well at this tournament. He's set so brilliantly, but today, the ball control, that rhythm that we speak so much about, just hasn't been there. Good dig from Gomez. Tight. Great swing, but finally they get hold of Irash. And Wilson once again with a massive stop. And I think that's taken him to 25 points for the match. Superb. 5 semi-final points for a place in the gold medal final. The first of them goes begging as Szyszorowski comes back to serve. And it's all on the shoulders of Mario Garcia. 4 chances for Poland to win it. Cracking serve. Captain Trawka attacks and attacks for the win. Poland produce their performance of the tournament in the semi-finals. Quite magnificent across the board, and they beat Spain in straight sets for a shot at gold tomorrow here in Uzbekistan. Tough day at the office for the Spanish team. Poland were good from the start, they never relented. And Spain just couldn't find a way to hurt them like they did in the pool stages. Russon top scorer on 25, Irash counted with 17. But Shisharovsky on 12, Travko on 9, Skora on 7, Lenik on 5. It was all Poland, all the way. A gold medal final awaits Poland against either France or the Islamic Republic of Iran. Another cracking semi-final on the way here on VBTV. But for the moment, Poland will take that. 25-16, 25-16, 25-20. In a little over an hour and a half, Poland have won the match and won their place in the World Championship final. 5 aces, 8 blocks, but a very good overall feel. Rhythm, fluidity, cohesion, whatever words you want to use, it was very positive for Poland. And coach Jacek Nawrocki will be delighted with his young team. So there we go.